Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today I want to do something different. I'm sorry if the lighting is a little low. I'm trying to do this intro really quick so that way I can edit this video and get it up. But today I'm going to be talking all about my first trimester, which I'm so excited because I am now in my second, nearing my third. So I want to get this up and make sure that I answer all of your questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. But the way I want to do it this time is you're going to be seeing me get ready and answering questions and talking about the first trimester. I'm really excited to do something different for once. Instead of just sitting here and talking and talking and talking, I think maybe like this I will focus a little bit more and I won't ramble because I tend to do that and my videos tend to be so long. So I'm trying to really shorten them. But yeah, I hope you guys like this new style video and you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. So without further ado, please keep watching. So I'm gonna be looking over here a lot because that's where my mirror is. I'm currently in my second trimester. Next month I'll be going into my third trimester, which is insane. I've never been this far before, so I'm like really excited, really nervous, just really excited. I really don't know where to begin because honestly I feel like it dragged. Of course, the first trimester totally dragged for me. The second trimester I feel like is going a lot quicker, which I really like, and it's I think the funnest of them all so far. So I'll let you know what I think about that, if I still feel that way when I go into the third trimester. But in my first trimester, I think my biggest concern was, of course, losing the pregnancy. So I think the first trimester just dragged because I wanted to go through different types of, I wanted to get through different types of hurdles first. Like I made a list where I just wanted to get through things, and as I did, I took, another like deep fresh air where I was like, okay, that's done, so that can't happen. And then I'm like, that's done, that can't happen. So to be honest with you guys, I didn't get to enjoy my first trimester. I didn't get to celebrate. Really, I was more scared than I was happy about the fact that I was pregnant, because as I told you guys in my last video, like we had plans for fertility treatment and to really take a look at why I kept losing all the pregnancies that I did in the past. So because of that, there wasn't a lot of excitement. I want to say it definitely got robbed from me because I wasn't able to give that initial reaction that I would have had I, let's say, been on any type of fertility treatment where we had been trying. Then I think obviously I would have had like my whole camera set up where you guys would have been able to see my reaction, see Angel's reaction, etc. But that wasn't the case. So because that wasn't the case, it definitely got robbed from us to have that full-on excitement. It definitely got taken from us, and it sucks, but that's not something that I honestly want to say that I'm sitting here dwelling on or complaining about, because it is what it is. This is just part of the infertility world and life. Obviously, I was happy, but I was more scared and nervous and basically just expecting the worst and just waiting for the worst to happen. So once, that feeling sunk in, I pretty much, just started to do all the things that I could do in my power to, give this pregnancy about the best shot possible. And that being the injections, which you guys saw a clip of also in my last video. And for those of you that didn't see that last video, I'll try to link it here somewhere. Ever since I found out I was pregnant, I went on the progesterone shots and the aspirin and then the baby aspirin. And then once we confirmed the heartbeat, I started on the Lovenox, and ever since then I've been on it. So I started to do the shots, and that was difficult to do too because you're not used to injecting yourself every day. So I can say now that I'm not used to it, but it's just one of those things where let's just get it over with kind of thing. So it is what it is, and every single time that we do it, you know, I always tell myself this is completely worth it. I don't complain. Obviously when it hurts I'm like ow ow ow, and it has made me cry before, and it's been intense sometimes, and I've definitely cried because of the pain sometimes, because the Lovenox burns. So I use ice. I put ice there for a while before he does it, and I also use like a topical lidocaine cream. So I put that, and then I'll put the ice all over top, and then that, honestly, those two combinations have really been helping me. But you know, there are days when it's really tough and stressful, and you're just sitting there and thinking like, geez, like what am I gonna do, like if I lose this one too? So you know, but every single time that I do the injections, I just, you know, I just think about how worth it is, and it's so worth it to me. So you know, I just do them, and Angel's really good at it. So he's really gentle. He tries to coach me through it. He tells me to breathe, don't forget to breathe. And you know, let's see, once we were doing the injections and I kept going to my doctor's appointment, so I was going to him every like 2 to 3 weeks. That's how frequently I was going to his office. I love him to death. I've spoken about him before. His name is Dr. Jackson. He's in the Tampa area here in Florida. If you guys want to go see him, you can always message me on Instagram. You can DM me privately if you want, and I can give you his information so that way you can go see him, because he is a really good doctor and he will listen to you. We came up with the plan that every time we would go, we would use like they have like a portable type of like sonogram where he's able to see the baby's heartbeat movements and stuff like that. So that would give me peace of mind as opposed to doing another sonogram, like the big one, because insurance and all that wouldn't cover the frequency of it. So he said that he didn't mind doing that in the room, which was, you know, just for my peace of mind. But then I did go ahead and invest in a Doppler. I was able to pick up a heartbeat when she was 9. It was a huge relief. We came up with a plan with my doctor that I would be able to do that every morning. So he said you can do that once a day, check her heartbeat, you know, every morning, just in case you're not able to find it. I'm able to bring you into the office that same day, and then we'll help you find it. It's just for peace of mind. And that honestly got me through my first trimester in such a way. I'm telling you guys that it was like the best investment ever. It was like, what, $50? And then I think I paid a little bit more only because I got the big bottle of gel, because I knew how often I was going to be using it. And of course I did ask him and make sure that it was safe to do so. So he said, yeah, you can definitely do it, you know, once a day, start in the morning, and then once you confirm and you hear her heartbeat, you know, you'll be able to go on about your day, because obviously in the first trimester you can't feel them or anything like that. So you need something to kind of relieve yourself. And let me tell you, it was amazing to have that, honestly, because it made me feel such like at ease. And then anytime that I had a little bit of cramping or I felt a certain way where I was like, oh my god, I would automatically just grab my Doppler, lay down, take a breath, and find her. And once I found her and I heard that heartbeat, I was so happy. I should have a couple of clips like on my phone and stuff like that, so that way you guys are able to see like my reaction and how, you know, I would do it and stuff like that. Now that I'm in the second trimester, I do feel her now. So I do feel her kicks, I feel her movements. Obviously, spoiler alert, if you guys didn't see my gender reveal before this video, we are having a girl. I think that gender reveal was so funny. Side note, if it came from the manufacturer, like, wow, like that was a big mistake. I never thought I would have like a gender reveal gone wrong, but I did, and it's okay because at least the first one that I popped, it was the correct gender, so we got a really good reaction from it. So that was pretty awesome to like live and funny, and it was just like whatever, you know, it's not gonna make me feel any type of way. So yeah, now that I feel her, I haven't used the Doppler like in weeks because now I feel her and I know that she's fine, and you know, I don't have anything to worry about. And when I go to my doctor's appointments, he still uses that portable machine and I get to see her. My first trimester was a lot of worrying, a lot of concern, a lot of just stay in bed, stay still, don't move. I didn't clean, I didn't do anything. I didn't lift a fork. Angel had me sitting on my couch or on my bed throughout the whole 3 months of the first trimester. I was just still. I didn't clean, I didn't vacuum, I didn't mop, I didn't wash dishes, I didn't do anything. I felt like any little thing that I would do, that it was just gonna like do something, and I was so scared. So with that being said, you know, I was very still and very protective, of course, in the first trimester because it definitely was the scariest one for me. And then moving on to the second trimester, of course, getting past the Olivia stage is what I call it. So the Olivia stage is, you know, getting past the 15-week mark when I lost her was another scary point, but very much celebrated once we did get past it and well past it. And especially now, I celebrate it so much. And I'm just really happy that I've made it this far, and really, really grateful at how things have turned out, of course. So now I'm going to be answering your questions that you guys put. For those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram name is myrainbowwish. And I did ask you guys to ask me questions on there, so I'm going off of those questions. The first question is, what's been your top cravings? So once again, I'm going to be answering for the first trimester, not for the second trimester. So that's how I'm going to be answering this, because boy, did they change. So in the first trimester, I was craving a lot of watermelon. I have never eaten so much watermelon in my life.
And I'm out of breath, so give me a second. Girl, I'm out of breath. And that whole out of breath thing is funny, isn't it?
So yeah, I was definitely craving a lot of watermelon. I would get let's see, not that, so you got the whole round watermelon, so not half of it, but a quarter. So Angel would go get me a quarter of a watermelon, and I would finish that in 2 days. I would eat watermelon so much, and I think that had a lot to do with, and I'm probably going to answer somebody's question on here, that probably had to do with the nausea that I had. Oh my God. The nausea that I had was crazy. It was insane. It really, really was. And if I look on the side, it's because that's where my viewfinder is. And I'm able to see myself. So since I'm doing my makeup at the same time, I'm kind of using that as like a mirror as opposed to looking here. Was watermelon. And that's, I was eating that more than I was eating actual food because of the nausea. Green apples. Green apples with lemon and salt. Oh my God. It was everything to me. I was eating that at least twice a day. I was super happy about it. It was everything for me. The Wise Chips onion rings. For some reason, I really, really wanted that. I have not been able to have coffee. I'll let you guys know. Something about the whole thing just got me nauseous. Till this day, I just can't have coffee. No coffee at all. I would be like so nauseous. Even now, if I were to drink coffee, I'd probably drink half of it and regret that I ever did, honestly. So those were my cravings. As far as food, I didn't have cravings for food because I was always nauseous. Symptoms: did you have nausea? Were you exhausted? Food cravings / aversion? So now we can go into the nausea. So as I was telling you guys, I was barely eating because of the nausea, and then I was nauseous because I wasn't eating, and then I would get nauseous if I did eat, and then while I was eating, I'd literally feel like it come up. So it was the hardest thing ever. But while it was happening, I remember I kept laughing, and I was just like, yes, baby, you grow, and you just go on. And if you want me to be nauseous throughout the whole time, I am with it. I do not mind. You know, obviously it's uncomfortable, but I was not complaining. I was not like, oh, why is this happening to... No, I'm like, I'm not gonna complain. This is what I wanted. So yeah, it was uncomfortable, but I was like, go ahead, baby, do your thing. Do what you came here to do. You came here to grow. You came here to be, and you are gonna be. So if my reaction to a pregnancy was this, then it is what it is. And I wasn't gonna sit here and complain about it and say, why did I do this? Like a lot of women that I noticed do in the infertility community, they start to complain once they are pregnant, and they're like, oh, why did I do this? What are you talking about? Like, we tried so hard for this. Why are you complaining about it? Like, obviously you're like, oh my god, I'm nauseous, and you'll announce it and you'll say it and you'll be like, okay, what can I do for the nausea to help myself? And you try to, you know, get yourself more comfortable, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be complaining the entire time. So I do suffer from gastritis. It did come to a point where my gastritis started to act up, and that only happens like if I'm not eating. And honestly, my gastritis has gotten so much better, but it started to like act up because I wasn't eating. It was really hard for me to eat, and all I would eat was the watermelon because it was so refreshing and so hydrating. It was everything for me, like everything for me, that watermelon. So I was eating that watermelon throughout the whole day, morning, lunch, dinner type thing. Don't get me wrong, I was eating. I was drinking like Ensure to kind of like replace a meal. I was trying to eat whatever I could, whatever I felt that I could. And it wasn't necessarily one thing more than the other. It was more like whatever that day allowed me to eat, I would eat. And then suffer the consequences after. Eating minty gum really did help me. So that was something that really did help. Chicken was something that I could not eat at all. I'm not a fan of a lot of chicken normally, but this baby definitely isn't a fan of chicken at all. Even now, I eat way more now, of course, and I feel a lot better, but I must say that chicken and steak is really a meat that I don't go for. So then what meat do I eat, right? I've tended to go a lot more for pasta and stuff like that, but not necessarily chicken. Oh, and definitely shrimp. Shrimp was my go-to in my first trimester. We'll talk more about that in a second. I obviously didn't eat a lot of it because a lot of people have a different take on shrimp when it comes to pregnancy, but I didn't overdo it. You know what I mean? So because of the flare-up that I was getting of the gastritis, I did call my OB and let them know, like, hey, you know, I'm having really bad nausea. I'm not throwing up, but the nausea is getting to a point where it's not allowing me to eat. Can you help me out? And so they did. They did send me nausea medication, which did help me. However, it does knock out a horse. So you're supposed to take 2 the night before, at night, whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it. So I did, but then the next day you're like a zombie. So then I would do 1 and then do 1 pill at night, and then the next day I was sleepy, but I wasn't too sleepy. And yes, I was very sleepy in my first trimester, and now still I get so sleepy, so tired, really lazy. I was super lazy in my first trimester, like so lazy. The nausea subsided and went away when I was 2 weeks into my first trimester. So it's not like you're like in the second trimester and it's like, and cut, you're good. No, it was 2 weeks into my second trimester that I noticed, hey, I'm eating, I'm feeling good. So Not too bad, just the first, you know, couple of months, but hey, it is what it is. This is what's part of it, so yay. I kept celebrating it. I was like, yay, I'm nauseous. Yay, I'm tired. Ooh, I have a craving. I was just enjoying the whole thing. Well, it's more like a statement, so I'll give you a shout out. Willow B. Joy. I'm sorry if I'm saying your username wrong. Says, I am just so happy for you. Thank you, Jesus, for his blessings upon you. Amen. Thank you so much for that statement. Really, really sweet. I really do appreciate that. It was, how did you handle the nausea? For me, oh my God, nothing helped. I remember crying. That does happen to people. I didn't cry. What helped me was chewing gum. That's what helped me a lot, was the chewing gum. As soon as I was nauseous, boom, I would pop in gum, and that helped me so well. The mintiness of it is what really helped me. I haven't had headaches, which is another question somebody asked me. I haven't had headaches in the first trimester. I did have them in the second, but not too bad. I didn't throw up. Stretch marks. Now, this is really part of, let me continue because I have an appointment to go to at 1, not a doctor's appointment, just a hair appointment. Stretch marks. I didn't notice them until my second trimester when I started growing. Oh, that was another thing. So in my first trimester, I was just dying to have a belly, like dying to have a belly. And most of it was bloat. And that was killing me because, like, I'm not big. You know, I'm not like a big person. I don't carry a lot of weight. My weight, as you guys have seen in my videos, is in my behind and my chest. So with that being said, I wasn't necessarily, you know, having like a big belly right away. And that was killing me because it's like I would wake up super flat stomach, and then throughout the day it was just nothing but bloat. So whatever I would wear, it was like a struggle for clothes and stuff like that. I struggled so much in the second trimester for me to wear anything. I realized that leggings are your best friend. I haven't wore a pair of jeans for a very, very, very long time. And that's because the only pair of jeans that, so the pair of jeans that I did have, they don't fit me anymore. And then the ones that I loved, which are these like black jeans that I have, they are high-waisted, so definitely not something that I'm able to use now. Especially now that I have a bump. Even with like a one of those bands, the Bella bands or whatever you call them, it's just not ideal because it's like high up, so it's like uncomfortable. Not that I've tried it. I haven't tried it. Maybe I should, but in my mind I'm like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be okay. Like to wear high-waisted jeans, even unzipped and everything, it's just gonna fall. I need something to like hold it. I don't feel like that band is really gonna hold it in place. But anyway, so I will touch on the stretch marks because I do want to go over some products that I have here that I want to show you guys that have been my go-tos for my first and second trimester. So basically the best thing that I can say about what I was wearing was leggings and just like dresses. I hated what I had to, like, I couldn't figure out what to wear, and that was so annoying. And then, you know, obviously that stage of being, you know, you're pregnant, but at the same time people don't know you're pregnant, so it just looks like you have a pouch. It looks like you have a gut. And I'm like, no honey, I don't have a gut, I'm actually pregnant. But it wasn't about my physical appearance that really got to me about having or not showing, pretty much. Yeah, about not showing that I was, you know, like clearly pregnant. It was my mindset, which is another question. Part of that question was like my mental status. So that's a really good question because I assimilated having a belly with progression. So I wanted so badly to have a belly so that way I could feel like I was progressing. The pregnancy was progressing and everything was okay. But when I would wake up with a really flat belly, I just kept having flashbacks I remember the morning of going to the doctor to see if Olivia was okay. That morning I kept telling Angel, babe, look at my stomach. It's so flat. Like, I'm 15 weeks. I should be showing something, and I'm just flat. I would wake up and it would be flat, and then throughout the day it would be more bloat than anything. And I just felt like I should be bigger, and I wasn't. So that was hitting my traumatic experience was really hitting my mental status at that moment, because I just kept like associating the two. So it was really, really hard for me, because I just wanted, boom, a belly, so that way I knew that the baby was okay and the baby was progressing. So when I would wake up with my flat belly, I was like, what's going on? And I just kept having those flashbacks of that morning when we went to the doctor's office for Olivia and got the bad news. I would have those flashbacks, and it was really hard for me to cope with it. But I would just honestly, I would express those concerns to Angel, and he would just be like, you're still really early on. Don't think that way. You're still really early on. It's okay. And now, even now, my belly's actually, to me, it's on the smaller side. I don't feel like it's on the bigger side. With clothes, it looks a whole lot bigger, and I will show you guys a baby bump at the end of this video. But I still feel like my belly with no clothes is small. Like, it's tiny. So it leads me to believe that I'm gonna have a tiny baby, but that may not be the case. It just may be that, you know, my body has never extended to this extent. It's never been pregnant to this extent. So it's new at stretching all the way through. It's stretched before, but not to like all this way. So I feel like because I'm technically first time pregnancy this far on, my body's new at it. So that's the way I look at it now. But I did struggle, oh my god, so much in the beginning, because I just associated a baby bump to progression, which equaled everything's okay and it's gonna be okay. So that was my mentality of it, and I got sidetracked. So once I did notice that I started to grow, and I was starting to grow, I do have stretch marks, but they're on my sides, like on my hip area, and like above where my booty starts. And I was like, you know, my belly's supposed to be growing, not my ass. So what the hell? So I'm using this cocoa butter formula massage lotion for stretch marks, which a lot of you have seen before. So I was using this, I started using this, and then once I saw the stretch marks, I was like, okay, I'm getting stretch marks, it's okay, maybe I should incorporate an oil with it. So now what I do is I just got this little travel size at Target of the bio oil, because I've always heard really good things of this, really good things about this, speak proper. So I'll take a little bit of this, and I'll take a pump of that lotion, and I mix them together, and I put them where my stretch marks are, and then, you know, I spread it out around my belly, my booty, my hips, and my breasts. My breasts are huge. Forget it. My breasts grew way faster than anything on my body, and I'm just like, okay, this is one lucky baby. But that's how it's been as far as stretch marks. Nothing on my belly yet. Do I mind? No, of course not. Why would I mind? I don't mind. It is what it is. I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm blessed. I couldn't be more thankful. I couldn't be more overjoyed that my body's doing all of this, and I'm, you know, able to see it on myself and on my body, which I never dreamed I would ever even be living this beautiful, amazing, blissful moments. So I don't care if I have stretch marks, but the stretch marks that I have are on my hips, like above my my booty, but it's nothing crazy. Like, it's very minimal, very, very minimal. Did I get help getting pregnant, and how am I feeling emotionally? This one, I did not get help getting pregnant. Like I said, you can see the previous video. I go into depth about what happened specifically, but to just touch base, it was a miracle. It was one of those, let me put on lingerie for my husband, dance around for him, be sexy, and oops, look at what we did. And it's insane that I'm able to say that because I've had 5 losses and 4.5 years of trying to conceive, and that's how this happened. And it's just, I still can't believe it. I feel blessed. As of right now, emotionally, I'm over the moon. And I'm impatient. I'm happy being pregnant and I love it, but the thought of my body betraying me like it always has and something wrong happening has always been on the back of my mind. So I've always been ready to just give birth to my baby because I don't trust my body. And it sucks to say that, but it's the truth. My body has betrayed me and that's how I feel, and I think I'll always feel that way. After 5 losses, I think I'm entitled to feel that way. However, it is what it is. And so right now I'm just living a beautiful moment and I am very over the moon, but I just want to have her already. I want to have her in my arms so that way I can breathe and say, my body's not capable of hurting this one. So that's just how I felt this whole time. But now that I'm able to feel her, I feel a lot better about that. Once again, another question about if I had any symptoms that I was like suspecting a pregnancy, and I had none. I was just late. What I felt was late because I had a miscarriage and then I was waiting on a period and I never got a period. So, okay, hey guys, so a little different right now. I have clothes on and lipstick and everything and I'm all done up already. But when I was talking to you guys, I actually had to run to an appointment, which was just to get these little side bangs here because I wanted to be able to do this again. So I actually needed to run, and then after that I had to go run errands since I was out and then cook. So the day really caught up to me, and so I was like, oh my god, I need to sit down and finish this video for you guys. And I didn't want to rush completely, and my camera died right when I was talking to you guys. So with that being said, I had to put it to charge anyway, so now it's fully charged and we're good to keep going. Let me know what you guys think about my new bangs, my side bangs. I've had these before years and years ago, and I always wanted to get them back, especially now that I have black hair again. So I feel like it really like frames my face really nicely. So I went ahead and I blow dried it. I do want it to come down more and maybe be a little bit fuller, so next time I'll tell her to grab some more hair and to make them a little fuller. And I do want them to like be a little bit lower, so come down like over here, but it's all good because I really like them. So we're gonna continue the questions. I did go ahead and answer that last question last time. I don't have anything else to say about it. I think I could elaborate a little bit more emotionally. I did say how I felt that my body, you know, can betray me, and I always feel that way, and it's true. I don't want to really go too much in depth with that because you guys already know what I'm talking about, but I do want to say that I'm very happy and I'm very grateful, and I'm still completely in shock. So the shock hasn't gone away. It's still there, but I feel really happy. That's like the number one feeling right now. Happy and blessed is what I feel, and I still can't believe it. Really can't believe it. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I am very happy and just still very shocked at it all. So, have you had any heartburn? Also, what was it like hearing her heartbeat? Oh, this is a good one too. I haven't had any heartburn. I can say that acid reflux has kicked in now in the 2nd trimester. These questions might arise again when I have you guys ask me questions for the 2nd trimester video. But since it was, you know, something that was asked, I can definitely answer. In the 1st trimester, I didn't have any heartburn, but I will say that now in the 2nd trimester, I'm starting to get acid reflux, which is not fun at all. What was it like hearing her heartbeat? You know, it was like, oh my God. But it was still scary because I have heard the heartbeat for previous losses as well. And each time that I've heard it, I'm like, oh my God, it's like, it's a living being within me. And I just want to protect it so bad. And automatically you feel all this love and joy for it. So automatically you're going to feel fear of losing it too. I want to say that when I was using the Doppler, however, and I would, you know, always hear her heartbeat in the morning, I would listen to it and hear how strong it was, and just, you know, go in depth of thinking like all the ways that her heart is working and pumping that blood and, you know, growing everything and keeping her good. And I just kept saying, every single time that I would take the Doppler off and turn it off, I always said, I love you, keep beating. So that's something that I've always done. I've always said, I love you, keep beating, throughout the entire time that I've used that Doppler. And whenever I've gone to the doctor's office and they've put that handheld sonogram machine, also I've always said, I love you, keep beating. And it's just been a thing that I've always said to this baby, because I want to encourage her to just grow, 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 be strong, be strong. So hearing her heartbeat and being able to say that to her and feeling the relief of knowing that I'm going to go to a doctor's appointment and not get bad news, and that took care of my anxiety as well, because I had a lot of anxiety whenever I would go to a doctor's appointment, because I would be scared of what the outcome was going to be. But when I went, I would be so chilled. So definitely hearing her heartbeat was a huge relief. It was very sweet, and it was something that I started to create with her, where I, you know, got to push her on and tell her, I love you, keep beating. Like, keep going. Don't stop. You got this. Like, I'll do my part, you do your part, kind of thing. And my part is injections and taking care of myself and lots of rest. And your part is, you know, living and just beating, keep beating. So I would always tell her that. I think it's definitely a thing that I will continue to tell her no matter what, because it just became something significant while I was using the Doppler, and to help me and calm my nerves and make me feel better too. So it was really sweet. Did you take low dose aspirin and still taking it? So I am on a low dose aspirin, so I'm on a baby aspirin. It's 81 milligrams. I take it once a day. I started it as soon as I knew I was pregnant with the progesterone shots. So I'm continuing throughout my pregnancy up until I give birth. Morning sickness, first time you felt baby move, craving, sore breasts. Morning sickness, like I told you guys, I had the nausea, and it wasn't only in the morning. The first time I felt the baby move, oh my God. So the first time I felt the baby move, I was wondering when I was going to feel her. And I kept saying, like, when am I going to feel her? When am I going to feel her? And I would really try to think like, what's going on? I have a friend that's a week ahead of me. So she's a week more than I am in pregnancy, which is so cool. So she'll tell me what's going on with her, and then I'll compare it to me. And by the time I'm as far along as she is, I'll be like, okay, why am I not feeling that? What's going on? So I know that every body is different. And I know that every pregnancy is different and every baby is different. I'm well aware of that, but it's still something that we would talk about, and I would be like, well, what's going on? So she actually got to feel her baby sooner than I did. I felt my baby, oh man, I should know this. I remember that it was a Saturday morning. I remember that I was in bed, and I felt like I was feeling something, and I was laying there still, and I was like, what is that? I was 19 weeks. I was 19 weeks. And so I was like, what's going on? And sure enough, Angel was laying next to me. We were watching a movie, and so I was like, give me your hand. So I took his hand and I put it below my belly button, and I was like, I was like, give me your hand. And I put his hand there, and all of a sudden, it was like the biggest kick. And we were like, and we just looked at each other like, whoa. Like, it was insane. And he was like, I felt that. And I was like, oh, I did too. And granted, I did feel 2 smaller kicks after that, but he only felt that big one. And that was really the first time that I really felt her, because even before, I was waiting for like the little, like, what they call like the little butterfly feeling, or like the little tickle or the little gas bubbles, but I wasn't feeling that. So when I felt that big kick that first time, I was like, oh my god. And I just looked at him, and of course I teared up and I cried, and I was like, that's your baby. That's our baby. And we were so excited. And then after that, I would feel her very little. I would feel her, I want to say, only when I was like laying down, but not too often. And it started to increase, and that's where it's been. I've always wanted her to move more. Now I am able to kind of like sit and poke and be like, move for me if I want her to. And she's cooperative, and she does, you know, move for me and stuff. So it's really cool. I still can't believe it. And I am going to answer the $1 million question that nobody seemed to be able to answer for me when I was pregnant. I mean, when everybody else was pregnant and I was wondering what it felt like. I was like, what does it feel like? Tell me what it feels like. They're like, it's hard to explain. It's really not hard to explain. In my opinion, because of course this is based off of my opinion, the way that it feels is when you poke yourself on the skin. That's it. That's how it feels. Why couldn't anybody tell me that? When I asked them that, they were like, yeah. You're basically, it feels like you're poking, like somebody's poking you from the inside out. That's literally what it feels like. It feels like you have movement inside. Like, picture a baby moving. Oh, she just kicked. She knows I'm talking about her. Like, Ma, this is what it feels like. So it literally feels like a baby. Think about a baby moving, and when she's moving in your arms, just in your belly. That's what it feels like. There's no, like, just now when she kicked, it felt like that. Like, poke yourself. Like, do it right now. Poke yourself. That's what it feels like. But you could poke your belly too. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like all these things that you look up, and it's like weird comparisons to so many other things. I don't feel like it's butterflies. Sometimes I will say that when she's lower and she's like moving, it does feel like gas bubbles, because I don't know, it's like, to me, I feel like she's like pedaling fast in there and it feels like gas bubbles. But sometimes it does feel like gas bubbles, but that's when she's like low. But as far as kicks and punches or whatever it is that I'm feeling from her, whether it's kicks or punches, those definitely feel more prominent, and they're not to a point where it hurts. Only when I can feel her on my bladder, I will tell her, like, please move up, because it is uncomfortable. You just feel like it's being squeezed and like you need to go to the bathroom, but you don't need to go to the bathroom, if that makes sense. So she used to, mostly she likes to be on my left side, from what I've noticed, that when I've used the Doppler, she's always been more to my left. So underneath my belly button to the left. And even now I feel like that's her spot. I feel her more to the left than I do. Like currently right now, for instance, if you're wondering, I can't feel where she is. So I don't know where she's laying. Like, I don't feel her laying. I only feel her when she moves, that I can feel her. So if she's like, you know, allowing me to feel her, like touching certain things, I guess you can say, that's the point where I'll feel her. But right now, for instance, after that kick, I can't feel where she is. Like, I have no idea if she's in the left, in the middle, in the right, up, down. Like, I really don't know. I'm not at that point yet. Yeah, the kicks are incredible. the movements are incredible. They are so reassuring. So much better, of course, than a Doppler of hearing the heartbeat, because you hear it and then you turn it off and then you can't hear anything. But at least when I'm laying down, she's, you know, moving and kicking. And I don't know about other people, especially TTC women. I don't know how they are, but when she moves, I have to say something. Like, I can't not be like doing something and just ignore that she moved or she kicked. Like, I'll talk to her, I'll rub my belly, or I'll tell Angel like, your baby's moving, and he'll, you know, feel her and stuff like that. I've tried so hard to capture a video of her like hitting the belly and stuff, and I haven't really been able to. Same person. So the cravings I already touched base on, and the sore breasts. So my nipples, TMI, my nipples have been so sore, and it doesn't go away. It gets worse. Grazing it is a problem. In the shower, it's a problem. The pigmentation has changed. So my pigmentation has gotten darker, and I'm like, whoa, like, whose nipples are those? They are darker. I don't mind, of course, but it's crazy to see how much your body changes. My boobs are huge. The veins on it are so prominent. My nipples are big. And like the areola's big. The nipple itself is not. They tend to be always awake, if you know what I mean, the nipple. So they're always like flashlight on or headlights on, whatever you call them. But the pigmentation did change. It is darker. I don't mind. It's just so crazy how your body changes, and for whatever reason that it just needs to change, and it does the change, and it's crazy and it's cool. So that's pretty much what's going on with that. I don't foresee my breasts getting any less tender, and I do get like some spasms. So all of a sudden I'll be sitting down or I'll be fine, and I'll get like this crazy sharp pain of a spasm, and I'm like, ow, 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 and then it goes away. And you're like, whoa, what the hell was that? Was that like a test run of something? Because like, I don't understand. But yes, I have experienced that. That's it. Those are all your questions. I think I touched base on everything. Thank you guys so much for asking me and sending questions my way. I don't mind any questions that you guys ever ask me. You know, I'm an open book. I'm so excited to be filming this video for you guys and sharing this. So I wanted to do a different video and, you know, do my makeup and get ready with you guys while I spoke about all of this. Still, you know, TTC and infertility and pregnancy related. I still, you know, wanted to do this. However, I do want to let you guys know that I'm going to be starting a different channel. I've been going back and forth about whether I wanted to keep the content on here and not have two different channels, or if I wanted to have a separate channel for it and keep it away from this channel. But I feel like there are a lot of you that don't really gravitate to beauty videos because what you're here for is TTC, infertility, pregnancy videos. So what I decided to do was I'm going to be making another channel, and it's going to be a whole beauty channel. So everything about hair and makeup. It's always been my passion to do makeup, and I've done makeup before. I've obviously stopped doing like crazy like eyeshadows and stuff like that for years and years because I started focusing more on TTC and infertility, of course. But it is my baby, and I definitely want to pursue it more and do that more. So now that I have the time right now, I want to definitely dabble into that. So for those of you that want to see any type of like makeup looks or anything about my beauty and how I do my hair and how I do my makeup and my opinion on makeup and stuff like that and everything beauty, then definitely check that channel out. I wanted to go ahead and just do a get ready with me. So that way, if any of you, you know, really like the way I do my makeup and want to learn more about it or want to follow that journey it's in itself, then I would encourage you guys to definitely go ahead and look in the description box below, or I'll put something here with the name of that beauty channel. I am so excited to start that and to finally get it going, because I keep procrastinating and I keep thinking, who's gonna want to watch that? But then again, I kept thinking, who's gonna want to watch anything about my infertility? And here you guys are, so supportive, so sweet. So for those of you that are interested in that as well, I would really appreciate if you guys went ahead and supported me there and followed me. Thank you for their support on this channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm still going to be uploading everything pregnancy on this channel. I just don't want to incorporate, if I decide to do a, this is what I did for New Year's for my makeup look on this channel. I don't want to mix them. I think that it'll be more organized and better if I just separate the two, and that way you guys have a choice of, do I want to follow that channel or do I not want to follow that channel, which I hope you do. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think about that. I will have the channel set up, the name of it and everything by the time this goes up, so that way you have all the information. I'm going to link all those videos for you too. Thank you guys so much for your support throughout this whole entire journey. I'm so excited to share the rest of it. So as of next week, I will be 6 months. So we have 3 months to go, and I'm so excited. We have so much that we want to share here on this channel with you guys. So we are so excited and so happy, and thank you so much for the support that you guys are giving us. So I will see you guys in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell, so that way you can be notified whenever I upload another pregnancy video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Stay safe. Bye.